I use buy now and pay later for everything, even groceries.
Serious. Buy now, pay later companies didn't just invent a new way to shop. Dramatic. They sold a fantasy. The promise? Lightly. Split your purchase into 4 easy payments. No interest, no stress. Thoughtful. But the reality? This was never about helping you budget. Annoyed. It was about getting you to spend money you don't have. Shocked. BNPL debt expected to hit $1 trillion by 2026. Revealing. Here's the catch. These loans, which they insist aren't really loans, were designed to last weeks, not months. Concerned. But new data shows most users aren't paying on time. They're rolling over debts, stacking late fees, and turning what was supposed to be a quick fix into a long-term nightmare. Ironic. And the companies? They never saw this coming. Shocked. CLA reports $136 million in unrecoverable debt last quarter. The panic behind the scenes. So how did this spiral out of control? Let's follow the money. BNPL companies like CLA and Afterpay make their cash 2 ways. First, by charging stores insane fees, up to 8% per sale. Second, by slapping users with brutal late penalties when they miss payments. Credit card fees, 2 to 3%, versus BNPL fees, 5 to 8%. But here's the problem. People aren't paying, and the companies are freaking out. Take CLA. They lost $85 million last quarter alone. Why? Because their users are getting creative. Some are even using credit cards to pay off their BNPL loans, stretching payments for months. It's like financial Jenga, and the tower's about to collapse. Why this is worse than credit cards? At least with credit cards, there are rules. BNPL, they've dodged every regulation by claiming they're not really lenders. No credit checks, no reporting to agencies, just a quick app download and boom, instant debt. BNPL users are 3 times more likely to miss payments than credit card users. And here's the sneakiest part. BNPL doesn't just hurt users. It's squeezing stores dry. Those 8% fees are so high that retailers have 2 choices: lose money on every BNPL sale or raise prices for everyone. Guess which one they pick? The desperation economy. The most shocking trend? People are just using BNPL for sneakers and TVs. They're using it for groceries, rent, medical bills. A Fed study found over half of BNPL users rely on it just to afford basics. This isn't reckless spending, it's survival. Top BNPL purchases: electronics, clothing, groceries. But here's the tragedy. BNPL doesn't fix the problem. It just delays it, with late fees making everything worse. And when the music stops, the companies, the stores, and millions of users will all be left holding the bag. The coming collapse. So what's next? BNPL companies are trapped. They can't raise fees without killing their friendly image. They can't tighten lending without losing users. And investors? They're realizing this might be the next big scam. CLA's IPO delayed indefinitely. Afterpay sold to Square in fire sale. This was never a sustainable business. Just a bubble fueled by cheap money and desperation. And when it pops, the fallout will make the credit card crisis look like a pandemic. Cut to ominous financial analyst quote, "BNPL is a house of cards." Buy now, pay later didn't invent debt. It just made it look like a game. But when the game ends, the losses are very real. So next time you see that tempting Pay in 4 button, ask yourself, who's really winning here? Hit like if you learned something. Subscribe to see who gets exposed next.